Hey, great day. You know, every individual is having major debts in their life, whether it is a salaried person or a business person or any investor. They are into debts. They are already availed maximum loans from different banks, but they are thinking that need to reduce the loans in such a way where the debt free has to be there in their life. But always every most of the individual are thinking like this, but they are not able to understand the exact reasons of tackling of the debts in a right way. So here I'm going to reveal the exact path and structures how to prioritize your debts in such a way where you can tackle all the dates in a scenario and manage all these things in a structured frameworks, so that definitely you can able to reduce your loans, so that you can easily manage and which loans I need to pay first, what type of loans I need to pay first is you should be understand clearly in this video. I'm Madhu Kodidala, passive wealth expert and lifestyle coach. I'm a mission to empower 1 million working professionals and entrepreneurs to build the wealth in a phased manner and achieve the desired wealth within the stipulated time frame by understanding the root causes of the wealth. That's why I created the root analysis wealth model. So if you want to be in part of my community, go and join my VIP Facebook group channel and a WhatsApp or Telegram groups. All the links are given in the description below. And also if you be part of this video till the end, I'll give one surprise gift worth of 3,999 to you. Please, if you will be in the part of this video, if you see the video till the end of this completion of this video and subscribe my YouTube channel, I'll give the exact free ebook of worth 3,999, which is absolutely for you, because you are in the video, you are seeing the video till the end of this session. So why wait? We just go and have a look about the things where we need to concentrate and what we need to concentrate about reduction of our debts and mingle our debts into our life and remove all the bad distractions from our mind to tackle the debts in a right way. We can go ahead. Thank you. Let's see all the informations in the coming slides. So I always say that how to prioritize which debts you should tackle first. How to prioritize which debts you tackle first. So the debts you need to jot it down. The debts you need to list down in such a way where all the loans like personal loan, educational loan, home loan, your car loan or commercial loan or any business loans you have taken anything. If you are a salaried person, these are all the things will be applicable to you. If you are a business person also, what type of business loan you are taking care, and what type of overdrafts you are taking care, and what type of cash credit loans you are taking care, what type of the term loans you are taking care, everything you need to clearly write in a separate Excel sheet, or you just maintain on journal and clearly mention all those things in our separate journal, so that you have a clear picture about what type of debts I have and what are all the major scenarios of debts is there for me, what I have taken, how much debt on my head. So you need to be understand what type of things, what type of scenarios of debts are there in your life need to be clearly written in separate Excel sheet or a journal, so that you have a clear picture. This is the first most priority of debts you should tackle. And the second one is arrange the debts by amounts and interest rates. So you need to have clear whether you mention in the descending order or ascending order. You just write down home loan interest rate is 8%, car loan interest rate is 10%, educational loan interest rate is 13%, and personal loan the interest rate is 14%, and the credit card loan interest rate is 25%. So you just write down everything, and name of the loan, total outstanding of the amount. Suppose if the personal loan is there, personal loan PRS or personal loan, and the total loan you have taken from the bank is 5 lakhs rupees, and the interest rate for the personal loan is 14% or 13%, whatsoever the interest rate. You just go and look into your personal loan statement or your internet or your bank's internet loan section, so that you have a clear amount of which interest rate is there. So you just write down every loan amount, every interest amount, and every pattern of the payments, how you are making the payments monthly, or whether you are paying off some excess amount you have in every month. So you have to clear picture about all those things so that you can have a clear knowledge about the debts with interest rates. So always everybody thinking that I have a 20,000 rupees, I have a 1 lakh rupee as of today, so I'll pay off the amount. I'll pay off the amount for the loan what I have. Different loans is there I need to pay, but nobody is understanding which loan I need to pay off first, what type of loan I need to pay off first. So here I'm going to give the exact path, the pay incremental and gain exponential. Pay incremental and gain exponential is the matter where you can able to analyze the things, all the parameters, where you can able to grab of loans criteria is the first foremost thing is first you just write down here also. Earlier we already discussed about the how many loans are there, what are the outstanding are there, and how much interest rate are there, you have clearly written. And here pay incremental and gain exponential column, you just write down the parameters. What are all the parameters you need to tackle is, I'll give you the one or two scenarios here, and the parameters you just clearly understand. So why I am saying this, why I am saying that pay incremental and gain exponential, why it is so means, the parameters where it is first, the EMI, personal loan EMI will be, suppose if you are paying every month, suppose you have taken 5 lakhs rupees of the personal loan from one of the bank, and the EMI you are paying is 15,000 or 13,000 rupees. Every month you are paying 13,000 rupees EMI. So for your better understanding, I'll take an example of 10,000 rupees every month you are paying for X amount of personal loan. Suppose if your the loan outstanding is 5 lakhs rupees, you are paying every month is 10,000 rupees. So the tenure is 60 months. The tenure is 60 months. So what is the major criteria of paying incremental? First I'm giving the scenario 1. The scenario 1 is, if you I'm just simply saying that every month you are paying 10,000 rupees. No, just double it, 20,000 rupees you are paying every month. Normally the EMI tenure has to be how much it will there, it should be reduced to 30 months. That the tenure what you have opted is 60 months. If you are paying double means the tenure has to become to 50% reduction, that is 30 months. I think it is not 30 months, it will come down to 22 months. Yes, that is, it comes down to 22 months. So try to make the payment. If you have whatsoever the amount you have, whatsoever the excess amount you are earning, pay off your loans as per the exponential parameters. So you will, if you pay extra amount into your loan amount, you will get gain exponentially. The tenure will be reduced in such a way where you will be free. So I'll always say that please, whatsoever the amount you are paying on a monthly basis, jot it down about the exact EMIs what you are paying for personal loan, educational loan, or car loan, or a home loan. So just you are already wrote all the informations about interest rates, amounts, and outstanding. But which loan I need to pay first? First you just pay the loan where the most interest rate is very high. What is the major interest rate portion is there of your portfolio? So suppose the personal loan is 14%, home loan is 9 to 10%, car loan is 10%, and the credit card loan is 22%. So the credit cards are there to let down of your financial stability. So first foremost thing is pay off your all credit cards, pay off all your credit card outstandings, pay off your all credit cards EMIs. So that will lose all your financials, that will lose all your financial peace, that will lose all your monthly uncertainty happens. So please, I am just giving the informations to you that whenever you are getting any bonus on yearly basis, or whenever you are getting any amount from any other person, please start paying off all your debts which is having highest interest rate. After completion of that highest interest rate portion of loan EMI, just go to the second portion of interest rate of a home loan or car loan, whatsoever the thing you think feasible, just write down and strike it off. Write down and strike it off that loan, so that you can have a clear picture. Just punch your date, on the particular date I'll pay everything, and I'll pay off my loans for the particular thing, and I'll be financially free. So you just have such knowledge, you have such such credibility in your financial portion. So if you have such informations about financial knowledge, definitely you have to be involved. You need to gather the information and involve in such a way where your debts to be reduced, where your debts to be managed, and where your debts to be tackled for getting a zero debt and financially free in your life. I think it is useful for you. So please start and write down first what are all the loans statements are there. What are all the loans outstandings are there, what are all the major interest rates are there. You just have a clear picture and start paying off your loans, what the most interest rate is having, and also have a clear gain exponential parameter has to be reanalyzed. So just start paying double or triple or one third of the amount on a monthly basis or quarterly basis, so that you see the miracle about changing of your tenure of your loans. So have a clear concentrated picture about debts knowledge, so that you can able to manage anything. So these are the major 3 golden nuggets of prioritizing which debts you should tackle first. I think you have understood all those things. If you want in-depth knowledge and you want to go deeper, join my one-to-one free session is there. You just come down, I'll discuss in personal with you. The links are given in the description for one-to-one session also. So, and coming to the most important knowledge in assets for pay off my bad debt. First you need to understand what is a good debt, and first you need to understand what are the bad debts, and debts you are understanding, and what are all the assets you need to understand. So just I am giving the conceptual knowledge here. If you want to deeper insights, just come to my one-to-one free session. There I will go there I will be give the clear information about debts and what is the bad asset, what is a good asset, everything I will give the clear information there. So here I'm giving the nuggets here. What is the major thing is which one I need to purchase, which not, which one I need to purchase, which not. So just you need to understand what is the best property for me to analyze, what is the best I need to purchase. So if I purchase this thing, if I have some amount, if I purchase this thing, is that purchased amount is useful, the excess amount what I am getting from that particular purchase amount is useful to pay off my loans or not, you need to understand. So if you are understanding these things, definitely you have a clear picture about the good knowledge, good debt. So please have a look about that good debt and having a certainty of purchase of property. And the second one is what is the appreciating asset, what is the depreciating asset. So you just understand what are all the appreciating assets. Appreciating assets is always, home loan is an appreciating asset, the liquid funds is all appreciating assets, mutual funds is also, stocks is also appreciating assets. It depends on the market, but it is an appreciating assets. Gold, it is an uncertainty is there, but it is also good asset. So what are the depreciating asset? The car loan is a depreciating asset. The car loan is a major depreciating asset, you just understand. So if you are investing in your car, that is a depreciating. You are seeing for luxury, it is a depreciating asset. So don't go for luxury, just pay off your all the major loans and go for your showcase. So do for show's purpose, we don't need to be look like rich. We need to be look like rich in our heart, not in outside. Inner side, if you are good, definitely you can able to manage anything. If you are good at anything, if you are good at personality, we can manage any wealth, manage any information in a life. So please understand what is appreciating asset, what is a depreciating asset, and what I need to purchase and what I should not purchase. So the knowledge of assets, of paying of loans, if I am getting all those things, how much I need to pay off my earlier loans, what I already taken. So how much time I need to have to pay off my exact loans amount. So somebody is having 1 million debt, somebody is having 2 lakhs debt, somebody is having 50,000 debt, whatsoever that you have. These scenarios are the major components in a life to manage. And these are the 4 major things what I already discussed. But and then most important in life is emergency fund. That is, your personal emergency fund has to be arranged every month. This should not be touched at any cost. This should not be touched at any cost, and you have to deposit that 10% of the emergency fund of your income of every month, whatsoever amount you are getting, whatsoever amount you are earning on a monthly basis. You just segregate your 10% of your total earned money into the separate bank account where the debit card and internet banking and mobile banking are not used. Separate account. That debit card should not be into your pocket, the internet banking should not be into your mobile, and that mobile app is also should not be into your mobile app, should not be kept in your phone. So if you have all those things, only in case of emergency only you should touch that fund. In any uncertainties happen, any medical emergency happen, or any necessities happen, you just touch that amount, otherwise don't touch that amount. So in the keep on saving that money of 10% every month. After 6 months, after 1 year, after 2 years, you see the miracle, how much amount balance in your account. So suppose if you are getting 1 lakh rupee every month salary, 10,000 rupees you are saving in a separate bank account, assuming that your salary is only 90,000 rupees. The 10,000 into 12 means every year you are saving 1,20,000 rupees for your purpose. So think about that. So if you are happy, if you are good at knowledge about financial, definitely you can do this. Otherwise my life is this, I'll manage all this money like that. Just I'm waking up and going to office, what my boss is told I am doing, and whatsoever my household expenses are there, I'm just doing. That's it. Means your financial stability will be like what is the current position. So if you want to grow like anything, you have to be courageous, you have to be bold on your life, you have to be bold on your thought process, you have to be bold of your mindset. So you have to be very clear information about the things, what is exact knowledge, what you need to evolve. So please understand exactly what is the most priorities, which debts you need to tackle first, which debts you need to pay off first, is the most important parameters what I need to share to you. So if your manageable things are there, definitely you can able to grab anything in a life. Thank you. This is Madhu Padidala. Have a great day.